Hey guys, Terry again, back at it again with another episode of talking to the camera and while I'm driving to work in my car. So this past weekend was Philadelphia World Championship, and it is currently now Friday. So it's been almost a week, well, pretty much a week since the event happened. And I just want to do a little recap to go along with the vlog that I uploaded in the last video. So first of all, I just want to say thank you for those of you who actually watched that or especially watch that in its entirety. I try my best to vlog like pretty much the show of the venue to see what it looks like, how's the layout and whatnot, just so you could feel how it feels to be there. So it starts off on Thursday. I was still working at my shop on Thursday. I got relieved from that place around like 5, 6 o'clock. So then I started heading home, start packing. I already had the dice already packed for the vendors, the ones that already put in their orders. I already had that packed. But the thing is, I decided to pack more dice just in case, because I'm driving, so I don't have to worry about weight limit. So let me go pack extra dice, and if I don't sell them, I just keep them in my car. So I packed everything. Then after packing, I still gotta pack for myself. I gotta get some change of clothes because I'm gonna be gone for 3 weekends. Then I also gotta get a deck. I didn't really have a deck. All I had was that old common Benji Commodore deck that I had since Memphis. I didn't really do any much change up on that, except for I decided to put 2 sirens of something in it. The mermaid one, the one where if it's be put into the graveyard from anywhere, yeah, you gain what you call it? You gain a life. So that was strictly better than Final Fighting Spirit, because that Final Fighting Spirit, yeah, sure, it's one more attack, but it costs 3, and the life gain is conditional. So I brought that Benji deck. Then I had to stop by Staten Island to pick up the ThaiCars.shop shirts and hats for my crew. Then I headed to Philly, so I didn't get to Philly till like around 11 o'clock. So we decided to play like a seal match of Uprising at the hotel room, because we brought a case of Uprising, because those are one of the few cases or sealed boxes that we have. So Friday morning, I get a text from Tyler around like 6 in the morning from Righteous Game. Tyler from Righteous Game. He's like, "Hey, I need dice." And a week prior to that, I asked Tyler, I said, "Hey, do you need dice for World?" He goes, "No, I think I'm good. I don't need. I still have a good amount of dice from the last event that he bought for me. I don't remember what event." But then he texted me in the morning at 6 o'clock in the morning on Friday. He's like, "Hey, I need dice." So luckily, I brought extra dice. So I went over there early in the morning before they let the public in, and I got my dice. And I dropped it all off to Tyler's booth, and I left it there. And I tell him, it's like, whatever you don't sell, just bring it back to me, and whatever you can't give back to me, it's what you pay. So then around 10 o'clock, we decided to play the double prizing seal or Super Slam, and I sat in front of one of the LSS developer, Uyang. So that was actually a very nice surprise there. I was looking at it, I was like, "Hey, aren't you the developer?" He's like, "Yeah." And I was just asking him all sorts of questions, and some of the questions he had to be very careful not to say, just because he doesn't know what we know, and he doesn't want to give out something that could have been like, "Oh, that's a secret that you're not supposed to know that," and then he gets in trouble. So I totally understand that. But then I also asked him like how to play Revere Hero and Revive Heroes and the gist of the game. So it was nice to be sitting in front of a developer while deck building. So then we played Commoners at 3 o'clock, which I did pretty well as my Benji. I was very surprised. My Benji, I won 3-0, and then at the end, the last person, Phil Henley, I think he was playing Dromai. He asked me straight off the bat, "Hey, you want to chop?" I'm like, "Sure, let's go chop." So I would like to say I am 4-0 at this Commodore, what you call it, this commoner event. Then after that, we decide to wait for the 6 o'clock double pricing. See, put dash IO promo, and that, I mean, a lot of people you see that a lot of people have said it. Those promos, like the American Diner promo with Dash, Florian, and Prism, like they were very underwhelming when they first announced it. Like, everybody didn't really understand the concept of it. I didn't understand. So there, everybody was like, yeah. But when we actually got the promo in hand, like, whoa, it's actually a very, very pretty looking promo. So then after the and we all pretty much scrubbed out. We were losing left and right. So after that, we decided to go to Korean hot pot and barbecue. Korean barbecue and hot pot. Ate there, came home, went straight to sleep. Then Saturday morning, we did the gold foil commoner at 11, and it's 6 rounds before top cut, and I was doing pretty well. The first 3 rounds I won. I played against KO, a Bravo, and a Azalea. 103 match, riding high. It's like great. Oh my God! I was there. The feeling synced. It's like I might be able to make top cut, and if you make top cut, you get pricing now, like tickets. Tickets like great. Like all I need is go to top cut. It's like great. I just need to win at least 2 more, and I should be it. Oh, I paired them to my worst matchup. Ohim. If you know, you know. Ohim ability is pretty much anti-Benji. Benji says anything that's attacks for 2 or less, it's unblockable from hand. But Ohim ability says he could prevent 2, so he doesn't worry about that with his D-React. So, safe to say, I lost. Then the next round, I paired in to another Ohim. And I couldn't believe it. I'm like, what is the chances of losing to an Ohim and pairing down to another Ohim? So I lost that one too. And then chances are me getting to top cut now is very slim. I was like, you know what, let's just play. Let's try to play it, win, and then see where the result takes me. So I went up to the third guy, the last guy, and I asked him, I said, hey, what hero are you playing? He goes, Ohim. So I just shook his hand and it's like, you won. And I just walked away. Like, why bother stressing on my mental energy on this? So then my original plan was to go play the 3 o'clock commoner after that. But then I got too salty. I was a little too tilted about pairing to 3 Ohims in a row. So James and I, we decided to go get something to eat and then wait for the 6 o'clock. And I took a nice power nap. So that was nice. So the 6 o'clock, we did the Florian promo, double pricing, but this time it's Tales of Aria. And Tales of Aria was not meant for the 30 card format, which they impose on us, where they say exactly 30 cards. They give you 8 packs and then you do 30 cards. Because Tales of Aria, you have to have a mixture, like a good balance of cards to not only your Runeblade, your Guardian, or your Rangers cards, but you also need like the element cards, like the Earth, Ice, and Lightning, so that you could be able to fuse, because those cards, if you don't have them to fuse, then they pretty much, you don't use them to its full potential. So that was very hard. Like sometimes when I was deck building, I only had like around 4 Earth cards, because I was playing Brian, 4 Earth cards and 4 Lightning cards. And I was saying to myself, I was like, I need to take some of these Runeblade cards out, or these elemental cards that requires you to fuse, take them out, because if I don't have cards to fuse with, then what's the point of having these cards? So it racked my brain a lot, and I ironically, Tales of Aria and Monarch are my 2 sets that I play a lot of limited in. So I was not bad at them back in the days, back in 2021. But then this is where my suspicions start to arise, like something happening. Like, so my first, there was during the last night, the one on Friday, when we did the High Seas Dash promo event for Seal. And I was playing against a Gravy Bone, and the Gravy Bone player had like stacked deck, and what you call it? She had four of the Look on Horizon, the block card that like once you block with it, you get to look on top of your deck or something. And she had four of those things in red. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, you got four of that shit? And like it didn't hit me until like later on in like match two, match three. Like, wait, some of these players, their decks are stacked like it's a Blitz constructed deck. They have so many power cards. So going back to now Tales of Aria draft with that, some of the players had like 4 to 5 Majestics in their deck for that hero. It's not even a generic because there's no generics in Tales of Aria. So let's just say you're playing Olhem, you get 8 packs. You tell me you pull 5 Majestic or Olhem? I'm like, I don't think that's like very highly unlikely type of thing. So that was when my suspicion really came out. Like some of these players, they're probably stacking their decks so that they could, win these double prizing so that they cash in and stuff. So I'm not too happy about that. I can't prove it because I'm not gonna go around deck checking people or like. But that's something always rises on. So then I decide, like we finish and then we decide just go to get some pizza. Like we order a pie and then we bring back to the hotel at 8 and then play some CO Uprising again. So now Sunday I only play one event, which is the KOF, not just the regular commoner. I actually went 4-0 on that one. I beat let me see. I beat a 5 Icelander. I forgot who's the first person I played against. And I beat an Ira. So that was nice. And let me see what else. Anything else there? Hey, sorry about that, guys. I had to park the car and come back into my shop. So now you see me at my shop. So this is my brand. It's backwards, but it's Banh Mi TBD on that thing. So this is my shop. And that's one of my employee, Halisa. She's doing the empanada, which is the Vietnamese empanada. So I'll do another video of the shop tours in the next one. But for now, let me just finish off on my my recap. So that last Sunday, I played. I got 4-0 and did riding pretty high. And after that, I pretty much decided not to do any more events. Went to go get something to eat, which is at the Reading Terminal Market, where I got 2 Philly cheesesteak and to compare and contrast. Long story short, one of them I think was Uncle Gus. It was good. The bread was nice, but the thing was a little too salty. But the other one was nice, but the bread was a little too soft on that. So, pros and cons. And then after that, I proceeded to go to Tyler's booth and stay there and feel like a dungeon troll, like a cave troll, where I was underneath the table or just below the table, counting how much dice I have left, and then subtracting that, and that's to show how much the dice that he sold, and then we tally it up. That actually took a long time. That took like 2 hours, so I was there time. And then finally found out how much he owes me. He paid me, but then I pretty much took that money and I brought it over to Paul. Paul was in the same exact booth as Tyler. He was helping out Tyler too. And I got myself a Kofoil Heart of Lindell. And I was eyeing that for the whole entire weekend, like from Friday all the way to Sunday. I kept seeing it there. I'm like, oh shoot, nobody bought that there. It came out at a really good price. So it was a 9.5 BG Beckett, and it was only well, to you, I don't want to sound insensitive, but it was only $5,000, and $5,000, it sounds like a lot of money and all that stuff. But that card, I remember selling at its peak, at the very peak of the whole pandemic thing, was around $30,000 raw. So having a card that's like $5,000, I was like, wow. It was like, and it's a 9.5. So I was doing the math. It's like, okay, how much is a case of what you got Alpha worth right now? They say around like $5-6,000 something, that $7,000 something. So, and you're not even guaranteed a heart, let alone a 9.5 heart. So I felt that was actually a great price that I'm most comfortable buying it and then just holding it. And now that card is actually sitting on top in front of my computers, and I look at it every day. It's on a little mini art easel, like an easel on it. I just their idea of like looking at the shine of cold foil. And fun fact, that's my first ever cold foil. First ever alpha cold foil. I didn't start off with like bark skin. I mean bark bones, or a small one like or a good one like Snapdragon Scalers, or what do you call it? The Thorinther feet. I forgot what's his name. Refraction bolters. No, I just went balls deep and got myself a cold foil heart, the chase card of Alpha, the pretty much the Black Lotus of Fab. So then we decided to drive home, and we started driving home around like 6:30, 7 o'clock. Got home around like 10 o'clock from there. So that's pretty much my event how for the whole entire weekend. Um, yeah, the only few complaints I really have is the people stacking the decks now. I'm starting to catch on, like a lot of these participants are stacking decks, and also the the pricing for the ticket, the price wall. Like a lot of things were only one of, and it wasn't that great of a pricing on that things uh, like those big sheets. I mean the big cards like the iVidya and Harfan, that was great. 8,000 tickets, a lot, but the only thing is they only have one of each. The Lightning Strike was 2,400 only, and that thing was gone within the first event because the guy who got it told me, oh yeah, he 4-0 on the first event, the double pricing for the CC, which is 1,300. He got 1,300 tickets right there, and his two restraint also got 4-0 on that thing. So that's pretty much he already got enough just to go get the Lightning Strike cards. So that the merch was great. I like the whole polo, the Reinar Savage Land polo, golf polo, and also the hat, which I didn't even know actually existed because it was sold out on Thursday. I didn't know that it existed till like Saturday when somebody posted up on Facebook. So, but then the T-shirts, the design of the T-shirts, very lacking. It left a lot to be desired. Like it was like very generic, bland, and something. The one with Tough Nut on it, he goes Philly 25, Philly 25. I didn't understand it. The Street Fighter thing. That was pretty much it. When I was in Osaka, they had like ridiculous, crazy, like the Stir the Pot purple shirts, the anime characters shirt. They also have the Osaka one with the octopus and the takoyaki that looks like a resource. There's a lot of nice merch. They had sweats, shirts, and all that stuff. This one wasn't really. It wasn't. It felt very underwhelming. And plus, Star City Games, like how they ran the event, they didn't have enough staffing. That merch line was so long and it took forever because they only had like one or two people for. When I was in Osaka, they snaked the line. They gave you a clipboard. They gave you a list. You check off what you want, how many you want, and as you're moving on the line, they take the clipboard and they give you a number. And then they took that clipboard, they go on the back, they give it to a whole bunch of people, and those people are fulfilling, like they're actually loading up what you have. So by the time they call your number and you get to the register, they have everything ready for you in a basket. Now they just have to double check, and then you pay, and then you're gone. That's how efficient the Japanese were, and they had like at least 10 people were ready to fulfill you in the register, and they have another like 3 or 4 or 5 people in the back, like fulfill, like loading up on the inventory. So they were super efficient on that. But for Star City Games with Philly, you literally had that line. What my friend told me on Thursday, that line snaked around and went outside the venue, came all the way back to the outside the venue, and came back in. So it's pretty much like a snake eating itself type of thing. So, and that took forever. Some people were in there for hours. So, and the hats were gone. I didn't even know the hats were in. So that's my recap for Philadelphia World, and hopefully I'll catch you in the next one for a little tour of the shop. Peace, guys.